My friends, we are gathered here today to say goodbye to our old friend as we once knew him. Tachanka is dead. Long live Tachanka! Everyone's favorite Siege meme lord is getting a much-needed competitive rework. Now, when you're playing Tachanka, you won't hear this anymore.
LMG, mounted and loaded!
And you definitely won't be locked down to a single location. Tachanka now carries his LMG as his primary weapon and packs a new gadget, the Shumika launcher, which fires incendiary grenades that excel at denying entry and roasting operators. Thanks to its 5-round magazine and high rate of fire, the Shumika launcher can be used to block off multiple entry points quickly. One round will shut down a single door or window, and you can quickly fire off more as needed to spread the love around. You don't even need line of sight to the area you want to cover because these bad boys bounce. As a low-speed, high-armor operator, Tachanka is still very much a backline anchor, but he has a bigger sphere of influence as he can now rain down literal fire from long range. He's a good alternative to area denial operators like Smoke, and he can cover a greater number of small areas more quickly. And if you happen to get caught up in an alarming blaze of your own creation, don't worry. Tachanka, like Zofia before him, can use the withstand ability to get up on his own when down. Now, Tachanka may still be Russian, but these days he's serving up Swiss cheese thanks to his DP-27 LMG. It's the same gun that was available on his turret, but it now comes in a handy on-the-go version. Featuring a custom vintage sight, this massive gun has special destruction capabilities that allow Tachanka to absolutely shred soft walls, eat up hatches, and create lots of openings for Shumika grenades. He may not be the fastest operator, but his newfound mobility and the destructive power of the DP-27 to open up rotation points in a matter of seconds, even from long range, make him a friend to roamers everywhere. He also pairs well with intel gathering operators like Valkyrie and Echo. With operators now able to ping locations from cameras, Tachanka can be even more effective with his versatile Shumika grenades. Rounding out his loadout is the option to take the 9x19 VSN submachine gun, as well as a choice between the PMM and GSH-18 sidearms. He can further slow down attacking operators by bringing along barbed wire, or he can pair proximity alarms with his Shumika launcher for a spicy attacker flambe. Tachanka is arriving on the PC test server tomorrow for a testing phase before his official debut on all platforms during Operation Shadow Legacy. So get ready to hop on the TS, take the shiny new Tachanka for a spin, and send the dev team your sweet, sweet feedback. And to keep up with the latest in Siege, subscribe to this channel and visit us at news.ubisoft.com.
Oh, good job, done.
Folks have known about Tachanka Rework coming for a while, but can you give us kind of an idea of like what was the team's goal in terms of like we got to do something with Tachanka? What do we want to do?
Well, it's been on the list for a long time. We knew from long time ago that the turret was giving some issues into the game, and we knew where he was in terms of balancing and gameplay. So he got a bit old. We needed to bring it to the new Rainbow Six gameplay style and bring him up from the from the ashes of the balancing matrix. So the objective was that bring him back, get rid of the turret, and bring some new mechanics to the game.
And so the turret is gone, but the LMG is not. And you folks can see it there, Tachanka's big DP-27 LMG. He just hauls that thing around right now, and it still packs an incredible punch. I gotta say, using it, it made me think about like this Tachanka is maybe one of the only Siege operators whose name is kind of like onomatopoeia for what his gun sounds like. It's like Tachanka, Tachanka, Tachanka. It feels so meaty, so strong. This is one of the, I mean, it feels like one of the most powerful guns in the game.
Yeah, definitely. The sound is super characteristic. In fact, we keep the same sound we had in the turret because it's super signature, and also the rate of fire for it. We also wanted to keep the strength and the firepower of Tachanka, so it felt pretty natural to just keep the LMG. It makes sense. It's like the current signature of Tachanka, well, the old now, and we wanted to keep it in the new Tachanka.
So, David, we just saw there, Tachanka got downed, but got back up using that withstand feature, right?
Yeah, that's great. Withstanding, it's something also related with strength and resilience that we wanted to bring to Tachanka. So it's an ability we've seen on Sofia since it was released, and it's something that we wanted to bring back to Tachanka. Now, if you get DV Neo, you can get back.
What made you feel like Withstand sort of worked with Tachanka's kit?
With the kit, I don't know, but at the end it's going to give you an extra opportunity. You are an anchor. All your setup is going to invite you to be in the back. You can innovate, you can try another things, but most of the time you'll be anchoring. So you got more chances to get DVNO behind an object than Sofia, let's say. Sofia is pushing, for example, all the time, and it's harder to get her behind a cover or something. But Tachanka is more probable to be behind a shield or a cover because he is anchoring. So we might see withstanding a bit more often than we see it with Sofia, for example.
So, like little Tachanka follies here for you folks as we show off the new operator. But of course, you can start to, you're seeing not just me play, we are showing both sides. We're showing different folks showing off Tachanka. So hopefully you're getting a taste for some different strategies, some different capabilities, and some different meme plays.
We're seeing AP Team 8 here trying to do the same strategy as Chris, being a little bit more economical with the ammo while doing it.
It needs to be a theme.
They like to open the holes like pretty big ones.
I know. I think they're just showing off. They know they're on stream.
Yeah, they know.
And I think there's also that kind of like, you are, as you start to play any new operator, right, you are getting dialed into what their capabilities are to, the best way to utilize them. And so stuff like, how many bullets should I use to go ahead and, open this up? How many, if I spend this much early in the round, am I going to have enough later in the rounds? That kind of stuff. You really start to get it dialed in.
Yeah, I think running out of ammo is not something that often happens in Siege, at least when I play. But with Tachanka, if you get a little too trigger happy earlier on opening up walls, it could definitely be an issue.
It's definitely something to master. I've seen rotations open with pretty few bullets, and it's something I'm sure players will try to find what's the minimum number to open a half body rotation. They'll find the spot. If you bring it to the limit, you can make a lot of openings.
Oh yeah, I'm sure once he's out on the TS the test server tomorrow, you'll have scientific breakdowns of how many rounds are required minimum to crouch through a hole.
Yep, I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Well, and also you start to think about, okay, we're watching a pretty casual stream right now, but the level of play that Tachanka, the broad spectrum of Siege skill that people are going to be using Tachanka at, stuff you see in the European League, if you folks were watching that earlier, and what's coming up later after this stream on the R6 Rainbow Six Twitch channel, the kind of economy of resources, right? Like, okay, I have this many grenades, I have this many of this gadget, we can open this many things, we can open this many walls, we have this operator bring this shotgun because we need that kind of utility. Tachanka's with his, with the area denial of the Shumika launcher, with the destructive capability of the DP-27, he really starts to factor into that economy of resources and of, tools you have in your arsenal to shape the level the way you want, to respond to situations from your enemy, and to add into that calculus. I think it'll be really interesting to see what folks do with them.
Yeah, let's see what they come up with. Also, it's something we needed to take in account. Maybe people will play it and they will feel that they have a lot, not enough resources, let's say. but we have to balance it also for pro players. They will bring it to the lead. I mean, the strength was one of the keys, and also if you look at the old Tachanka, now the old Tachanka, the turret had like maybe area denial intention, so we want to bring that also to the new one. At the end, Tachanka is one of the biggest memes, biggest lore holders of Rainbow Six, so we needed to keep that identity. I think he's a gunsmith, how he's perceived make us go into the direction of, for example, giving that grenade launcher. We could have gone with a different thing, but it makes sense to go with the grenade launcher because he's a gunsmith. He has to carry as many weapons as he can with him. So those kind of things. The vibes, the vintage realization team did a great work with all that stuff. The Shumika launcher, it's great. I mean, when you see it in detail, it's parts from bolt action rifles combined with blank bullets and grenades of fire. It's super cool. I mean, the vibes were need to be there. I mean, we need to keep them. So, and I think we achieved it.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he's of course a meme in Siege and a well-loved one at that. You don't want to go messing with the good parts of Tachanka.
I have to say that in some steps of the conception phase, I wasn't there. I didn't join the team at that time, but I've heard the stories of the conception phase. We were closer to keeping the meme, like other type of prototypes where if you play it, you really were feeling like a god, like passive abilities, Tachanka screaming in the map, things like that. Just crazy ideas that were in the table that didn't make it to the end. But we've kept some of that, like the god mode or Tachanka being the god, the lord.